All right, guys, real quick, like just real quick. Before you guys listen to this story, I need you to understand the quality of the voice, whatever. Yes, my voice is gone, but at the same time, when I turned it on and I was trying to figure this shit out, the camera, it used the camera microphone. It didn't use this microphone right here. It used the microphone of the camera. That's why it sounds that way. Don't be like, oh, Troy, your sound quality sucks. Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. All right. Now the next, I'm not gonna redo it. It's basically what I'm saying. I'm not gonna redo it. So listen to the story. Know that if I do this in the future, I will make sure. I promise you, I will make sure that it's picking up this camera, not the this microphone, not the microphone from my camera, because my camera also has a microphone up there. All right, so let's go ahead. Let's get into it. Hopefully you guys enjoy the story. Hopefully you don't be a simp like I used to be. Yeah.
What's going on, guys? What it do? What it do? As you can tell, my voice is still kind of going. That's why I haven't been uploading, because my voice was like gone. I was talking like Batman. All right, so it's back now. It's back now. No, I wasn't sick or nothing like that. I was doing something, and I was doing a little screaming, and I lost my voice. Anyway, so it's good. Anyway, I figured while I'm waiting on these gameplays to finish, I have been asked several times to do stories. Like, I'm getting stories animated, and actually a bunch of the stories that get animated are part of other stories that need to get told or whatever. Those of you that was with me back when I first started streaming, like 3 years ago, y'all heard some of these stories, but you didn't hear like the story, because I was playing the fucking games. So I was told, maybe try it like this. Maybe, try it like this to get the stories out. I'm not a big fan of it, but hey, we'll see how y'all respond to it, to know a little bit more about me, know my business is out and all my shit, like you really know about me. You don't need to know my fucking business. All right, so I guess we'll start with my first marriage. Like, yes, I've been married more than once. But hey, I have a big heart. Okay, you need to understand that. All right, so but in order for me to better explain this story, you need to know the kind of person I was back then. When I was a teenager. Because, like, I know a lot of you say, oh, Troy, you're, like, cocky and arrogant and all this and that. You boastful. Braggadocious. I wasn't always like that, It took hard work. I was quiet, introverted, and a bitch. A fucking simp. Beta male, all those negative terms, that was your boy. I mean, I ain't that now. I mean, whoop your ass, you say it now. But hey, back then, yeah, that was me. So I'm an advocate now. When I see guys getting used, even girls, you getting used by motherfuckers, no, I don't like that at all. So basically what happened was, I was in high school. I wasn't the most popular kid in school at all. Actually, didn't start getting popular in school until like high school, really, because I got my ass whooped a couple times, bullied, got pushed around. I mean, my ass got thrown in the trash can. I got thrown in they tried to throw me in the toilet, but I kind of fought them off. Yeah, all that stuff in the movies. Yeah, it happened to Joyce. It was based on me. Not exactly, but yeah, I got my ass whooped. I got jumped in the bathroom. I got pushed into walls. I got stuff thrown at me in the classroom. All that stuff right there. All that happened to your boy. So in the 6th grade, that happened all the way, elementary, middle school, 6th grade, all that shit. Yeah, it happened. But in the 6th grade, I got on the weightlifting team. I was a little skinny, got a big head, still got a big head. Both of them. I still got a big head, and I figured, let's start working out, because I started watching wrestling, and those guys are big, so I figured if I'm big, no one can fuck with me. At least they'll leave me alone, Then I had to talk to them. But no, I started lifting weights, started getting a little size on me. I did a little taekwondo, everybody do taekwondo. I did a little taekwondo. I started getting decent in that. Got to high school, Actually, during middle school, I was feeling myself a little bit, but not a lot, because I still was getting, like, bullied. I wasn't a cool kid. Like, we was, like, poor. So I was, like, wearing my mom's clothes at school. Like, my uncle would give me some of his clothes. Some of my older cousins, I was wear their shit, So my mom did her best. Never knock moms. Because, Dad, you fucking suck. The fuck for you. And So I got to high school, and I'm starting to feel myself a little bit. I see people looking at me like I look good, and I wasn't used to it. I wasn't used to being like hot. Like, I'm just the awkward guy, and I had a horrible stuttering problem. Like, I couldn't say 2 words without stuttering. I mean, I stutter now a little bit, but hey, yo, shut the fuck up, and kick your ass. See, but back then I couldn't do it. Yeah, so I had a horrible stuttering problem. So like, imagine skinny guy, fucking big ass head, stuttering problem, fucking wearing 2 bigger clothes. I had my mom's jacket. I love that fucking jacket. But I had her jacket and I wore it for like 3 years, all in middle school. So when I got to high school, I guess I had a growth spurt over the summer, and I didn't know, but I had decent clothes. I had some polo, and I was cutting grass, so I was able to buy me some name brand shoes finally. So I didn't have the little flashlights, or like, I didn't get bullied for having some bullshit shoes because I had some Reeboks. Classics or whatever. They were all white, and I got them, and I felt good. So I bought me a polo shirt and some baggy pants, and I had like a chain, like a dog chain. So I was feeling myself, as y'all would say these days, and so I felt good. And like, because I was on a weightlifting team all in middle school, when I went to high school, I wasn't like skinny. I was like, looking good. I didn't know all of this until as an adult looking back, seeing why the shit happened. So people look at me saying I look good. I didn't know how to take it. I was awkward. I still had like a stuttering problem, but it wasn't like all that. I was pretty funny, so I made like little fucking comic shit that kind of threw people off. They didn't really listening to the stuttering, whatever. So I'm riding on the bus. I was sitting in the back because the high school was sitting in the back. And like I had my cousins, like we all was a tight knit, like me and it's like 4 of us. It was a bunch of us, because it was like, oh my god, it was a lot of us. We all sat in the back, and a couple of them was like cool. So they're cool, and then I'm automatically kind of cool a little bit, but not that cool, because they kind of ride on me too a little bit. But it's all good now. Riding on the bus, riding in the back, right? And there was this girl that I was never really attracted to her. I never thought she was hot. Nothing, like in elementary. Middle school, I guess she went to a different middle school. High school came around. I saw her, and I still wasn't really attracted to her. Like, to this day, I don't find her pretty. Not jabbing at her, not picking at her. I never thought she was pretty. I thought she was kind of cute, but but she had a fat ass, bro, and it was good. It was a good looking one. You know what I'm saying? The ghetto. She was in the project, so the project shit. All of that. She was straight hood. She got on the bus one day, and my mom, she wore this stuff called Egyptian musk, and I would wear her like perfume, like not the man smell of the perfume. Cause my mom, she like wearing cologne too, so I would wear the cologne, and then people were like, you smell good. I'm like, yeah, all that stuff like that. So I wore that, and then when she got on the bus one day, it happened that the buses was overcrowded, whatever. So I guess the district school was like, all right, cool. When these buses drop off the elementary to save gas or whatever, all the high school kids is gonna ride these few buses right here. So instead of having all the buses go to middle school, elementary, high school, whatever, once they drop off elementary or middle school or whatever, damn, I just had like a baby stroke or something. I lost my train of thought. But once they drop them off, they'll get off. So I guess it was a select few buses. I don't know how it worked. I don't care. Her buses was the one that once they got to the elementary, they all got off. And then the bus drivers, they did everything. And our bus took the high school. So her high school kids got on my bus because we had more room now, and like we didn't have middle school kids. And there was other buses that did it too, but just so happened her bus got on my bus, and there was no room. You know what I'm saying? So I sat in the back, and then one day she was coming to the back. And she saw me, and I saw her, and she was coming, and like there was like really no seats left, and nobody really, I guess because I had a little size, didn't want to mess with me, but I still was lame as fuck. I was lame. And she was coming by and said, hey, you want to sit with me? She said, yeah, sure. She smiled. I'm like, okay, cool. She sat down, and because she was popular. I got to throw it out there. She was one of the popular girls, and I wanted to try. I told myself, I was like, yo, let me see if I can try to get a popular girl, let me see if I can bag one. But she sat down, cool. Then she had on Egyptian musk. So I was like, hey, is that Egyptian musk you're wearing? She said, yeah, that is. I was like, yeah, it's cool. Yeah, I ordered that too. Yeah, my mom's wear that stuff like that. Yeah, we started talking. And then, like, over time, like, because I'm dating, not really dating, we were talking like that. I said, hey, I tell you what, because I didn't really know how to talk to girls. I just saw how other guys would do it, so I would mimic that. I'm really good at impersonating, mimicking folks, you know. That's why it took a long time for me to find myself because I was just copying everybody else. But the shit was working, all right? So I said, I tell you what, whenever you get on this bus, I'm trying to talk to Denzel Washington, whenever you get on this bus, you'll always have a seat. You know what I'm saying? So, and sometimes she, you know, then we exchange numbers. And she'll get on the bus. She'll get on the bus, and she would purposely be like one of the last ones because she's like, you know, she like, hey, I got a seat, so I'm gonna remember. And motherfuckers were like, there'll be no seats left, and they'll try to sit with me, and then they'll sit down, and I'm like, all right, I guess you can sit there. And then she'll get on the bus, and I'm like, hey, bro, you gotta move, man. You gotta move, man. I said, why? Hey, that's her seat. You know, so I was like, I felt bad, but I did it like 2 times. But when I did it, I was like, bro, they moved. Like, they didn't have to move, but they moved because I said so. I feel good. You know, hold on, wait, I gotta drink some tea. My throat's a little, pay no attention to the fucking throat, all right? It's healing. All right, shut up. All right, story. So, we hanging out, then we get off the bus. Me and my cousin Jerry don't mind me saying his name, so like, cause Jerry's like my brother, like we was same age, but we was first cousin. Like his mom, and my mom was fucking sisters, and his mom, my aunt Jessie, was like my second mom. Yeah, she was a fantastic lady with a smile that should give you the shirt off her back, and she was strict. She'll whoop your ass if you did the wrong thing. But yeah, I love my aunt Jessie. Anyway. Me and Jerry will always hang out, always, cause it wasn't me, Jerry, and William. But some stuff happened with William. That's another story. I got I want to tell his business. But yeah, it was me and him. We'd get off and we would walk around to the weight room or whatever. Just hang out. Cause like before you got 30 minutes before the bell rang. So people kind of just stood around. Be in the lunchroom. Like if you want to work out, you can go in the weight room a little bit for like 15 minutes, get you a little pump in. People be fighting or just hanging out with your girlfriend, hanging out with your friends, talking. Like, it's a good time. And she would hang out with me. And by this time, I had a big jacket. And my uncle gave me one of his jackets. It was like a boss jacket. And it was a cool ass jacket. And it was big. So, like the year prior, I was dating someone else who was small. And she would wear the jacket and I would wear the jacket, so we'd be in the jacket together. And the teacher was like, y'all can't do that, cause I mean I got a finger full a couple times, but I can't say too much about that, cause China already demonetized, cause I be doing too much cursing, so I ain't trying to get deleted. So, but I'll be doing stuff like that. Anyway, me and her was like cuddling up one day behind the weight room. We were just talking, me, then my cousin, there was some other girl there. We was talking, and I said, now that we're dating, she was like, oh, we're dating? I didn't know we was dating. So I felt a little bad. I was like, oh shit, I guess I'm But she was like, oh, I'm just playing. Okay, we're dating now. I'll be your girlfriend. I had a little job, I was like, my mom got me a job out there with her. I was like, all I was doing was like sweeping peanuts, and I was making like $5.15 an hour. But I was a high school kid making $5.15 an hour, so I felt good. I was helping mom with the bills. I was able to buy some stuff, buy stuff for my girl. Anyway, so we getting ready to graduate. This was seniors, and it was like, I think we should get married. She was pushing that, hey, we should get married. I didn't want to. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't want to get fucking married. Like, what the fuck am I doing getting married? I'm 18 years old. This wasn't that long ago. What am I going to get married? But whenever I would visit her mom would be like, hey, when you gonna marry my daughter? When you gonna marry my daughter? When you gonna marry my daughter? And then she was like, when are we gonna get married? When are we gonna get married? And I'm like, I don't know. We just graduated. And then she was like, hey, I saw this recruiter. Because the recruiters come to your school and they try to recruit the kids. And I had the army guy try to recruit me, and I was like, no, I'm not trying to do that. I don't want to go there, get shot, get killed. I don't want to do none of that. But then she was like, the Marine recruiter, he came to our class and he was talking about this and that. And I know you like challenges and you like being the best. And I was like, well, let me see. So I watched the movie The Marine with John Cena in it. And I was like, I want to be a fucking Marine. So I went. So I enlisted the Marine. And And she was like, I heard you get paid more money if you're married. I said, okay, well, I guess we get married. So I talked to the recruiter. I was like, hey, what can we do about her? And he's like, I don't think you should get married, this and that, because you're so young. You're going to leave, and then you're going to see girls from all over the world, all over the United States. I'm like, I'm a one-man girl. I ain't care about none of that. One-man girl. I'm a one-girl man. There you go. So I wasn't trying to hit none of that. And so I told him I wasn't going to get married. And 3 days before I left, we went and got married. He wasn't happy about that. So I was supposed to be like security forces. So a lot of y'all don't know this. So I don't care. I don't give a fuck if we judge. I was supposed to be security forces. Travel the world. Do security at embassies. Get the travel. You see the movies. That's what I was supposed to do. But because I got married right before, it was like open. You're gonna be a grunt. I said, what the fuck's a grunt? You gonna be, you're gonna be the first ones out there. Go shoot. We didn't have time to change the contract, and you went and got married, so we had to change everything. So you can go on there, be a grunt. I met a lot of cool people, So I'm kind of glad it happened because I met guys who went and did the security forces, and they're cool as fuck. But I don't know. I just think whichever route I would have went down was cool, but I'm glad I went down the route I did, which is being a grunt. So we went through boot camp, and then like turmoil started happening. Actually, I'm just gonna fast forward. While I'm in boot camp, I got like 2 letters from her. Another thing to add in. I didn't know that our families was like the Romeo and Juliet, like Capulets and the other motherfuckers. I didn't know that our families didn't go together, like didn't like each other. I didn't know the choices and theirs didn't like each other. So, and apparently they was bad. They were bad, but we got bad too. But the choices was known for. Okay, we were known for. We were known for being like you see me. We were known for being athletic. We were known for being being somewhat wealthy, and we were known for the men was known for extracurricular activities. I'll say that. There you go. Hey, there you go. Now you can't get in trouble for that, YouTube. Ha! I said extracurricular activities, and and we had a lot of men on the choices, and her family had a lot of females. So a lot of extracurricular, and it was a small town. It was like maybe 12,000. So a lot of the her female family was like, oh, you're so and so son. I was like, oh yes ma'am, nice to meet you. Oh, and then they'll be list. I hear them like several times whisper to her like, girl, he ain't anything like his daddy. I'm like, whoa, what does that mean? Dad, what you out here doing? I don't know how I'm doing. I probably suck. I don't know, whatever. It's probably why the story is going to end the way it does. So, I gotta fucking suck. I don't know. Haven't had any complaints. Moving on. Alright, so our families don't really get along. So, but she was asking, when we gonna get married? I gotta backtrack a little bit. And I said, fine, we'll get married this weekend or this Friday or whatever. It was actually my birthday in August. So we got my mom, a couple of my other family members, and my brother, my cousin that I was telling you about, her mom, her aunties, whatever. I think her sister came, and I didn't even call my dad. I called my dad after the fact, and we got married at the little courthouse. And the guy was like, is there anybody that wants to say anything about, when they say that? And then she turned around and looked at the crowd like, y'all better not say nothing. So I'm like, yo, what? And then my cousin and my brother was playing the song. I can't sing it because my voice is gone. But too soon, don't do it, reconsider. That song that I think Andre 3000 is in it, like Outkast. Anyway. Alright, so we got fast forward now. We got married. Called my dad and told him, and he was like, "Oh, that's good for you." Then he got on the phone with my mom. I found this out like 2 years ago. He got on the phone with my mom and was like, "Why did you let that boy marry that girl?" See, I didn't know that the families was like that. All I knew was that the families was like, banging each other. That's all I knew. I had known that after we started dating. Anyway, so we got together. I'm gonna fast forward a bunch of stuff because you guys don't need to hear all that. We already at like 18 minutes. Like I've never actually told this kind of story. I've told it like to a couple of close friends. So you, what we at, close like 7,000 folks. Hey, so if you guys like the story, I mean, you hear it, but I mean, you could just go watch a gameplay. One of my gameplays, you don't gotta watch this is different than what I'm usually doing. Like I'm usually playing fucking game, yelling and shit like that. Being myself. But there's a lull right now going on, and I really can't find something that I really want to play. So I can't, and I'm not gonna let you sit through and let you guys like watch me play a game that I'm not really into, and so no. And PS5 ain't coming in, so like motherfucker. So you get a story. So so anyway, the first red flag, boom. Because like when my family has this thing when they're like, hey, I saw so and so hanging out with so and so. Oh, I saw so and so riding with so and so. But that was my family. They're always talking shit. So I was like, oh, okay. Well, when I see it, whatever. And so I was hearing stories about her riding around or hanging out with so and so, this and that. I'm like, yeah, whatever. We get to the honeymoon. We were in the hotel. She falls asleep. So there was no action during the honeymoon, none whatsoever. Fast forward. All right, cool. Boot camp. Boot camp. All right. It's getting ready. Go to boot camp. I got 2 letters from her. She's upset, whatever, this and that, because I hooked her up with a spot to stay. My family's not treating her well and all that. I mean, I don't really care, because I've been hearing so many stories, whatever. So get back from boot camp. Everything's somewhat good. Got a car. I got a little Bronco. Then we move up to North Carolina, and now I'm in the Marines. Like we in, and dang, dude, it took 20 minutes to get into the freaking stories. Yeah, we might have to edit. I don't know how to edit the voice shit, so we just gonna leave it in. All right, so what happened was, all right, so I'm in the Marines, whatever, and she's like lazy. Now, I'm a big advocate for working out. Now, you gotta see me, work out, and one of my things are the way you see me when we first meet with each other. That's the way I'm gonna stay, because this attracted you, my personality and the way I look. So I gotta make sure I look good, work out, eat, I eat a little bit good. I expect the same for you. I'm like, oh, what about the women on the gain weight? Oh no, you can't say that. You gotta love them for who they are. And bitch, I love them for who you are when I got with you. You're not supposed to gain 50 pounds out of nowhere. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't even upset about that, because she still had a nice little juicy booty. So she didn't have a job. She refused to work, and we stayed right in a little plaza. There was like a Walmart. She didn't work. None of that. I'll come home, she'd be asleep. I would get up at night, use the bathroom, and she'd be on the phone or texting someone. One night, because your boy was a simp. One night, I got up to let me see, and she wasn't even in the room. I mean, not in the room. She wasn't even in the apartment. So I'm searching where the fuck she at. So I walk down. The apartment has like a little computer center. I peep in the computer center, and she on Facebook with some other dude. And I'm like, dang, dude, she do that? So I'm like, all right, whatever. Let me knock on the window real quick. So I knocked on the window. I'm like, and then she's like, oh, what are you doing? I said, I'm looking for you. What the fuck? Man, I like cuddling when I'm sleeping. Like, where's my cuddle? Where's my little teddy bear at? Anyway, you just trying to look and find something. Yeah, motherfucker, I am, because you acting kind of sketchy. So we go, go back. Whatever. I wasn't equipped to deal with the ratchetness and the hood rats, because I was raised in the church. Went to church like almost every freaking day. As I'm recording this on Sunday, and I didn't go to church with mom and them. So yeah. And now it's time for deployment. So all that happened, and then, but before deployment, she was like, I need to move my mom up here. My mom. So we move up. We go back home to visit, and her mom's with her mom's boyfriend. No. What happened was we picked up her mom from her auntie house, and I was like, well, he's not answering his phone, so let's go over there and check on her. So what we did is we pulled up in the fucking. I had a Mustang, like an 05 Mustang. It was old, but I liked it. And we pulled up, and she said, I see his car in the driveway, and whose car is that? I'll go knock on the door and let's see. So she's knocking on the door, nigga ain't coming to the door. And then the daughter get out, well, my wife, she gets out, well, ex-wife, she gets out and go, they're knocking on the door, and so he ain't coming to the door, but he's in there, and there's another car. So then she had a key, or he answered the door or something, And then she opened the door like, wow, the lights off in here. Then all of a sudden I heard, who this? I said, who this? What y'all in here doing? And he had a whole another girlfriend in there. He had another girlfriend. And then she said, you know what? F you. I'm leaving. I'm leaving right now. I'm leaving, and I'm going to North Carolina to stay with my daughter and her husband. I'm like, bro, about 3 or 4 times I was standing there at the car, like getting ready to get back in, but I was watching him. I want to walk my ass up there. Give a fuck. I ain't really, I was married, but I ain't like him. I ain't want to be part of the family. so I'm thinking to myself, bro, just drive off. I said it enough times to remember it now, years later. I was like, bro, just drive off, man. Just fucking drive off. And they come back, she gets her stuff, and then we drive to North Carolina, and then she lives with us, and you know what? She actually made her a little better. She was like, you better cook for this man, you better have this house clean. He out there doing this reason, like, you ain't doing nothing. She said, Mom, but I was like, you know what, man, I need to marry your mom. Shit, at least, she got her ass too. Fast forward. All right, so Mom goes back home. It's time for deployment now, and it's a little chilly. I think we deployed. It was chilly time, like the beginning of fall, and she gets a little cold. Like, mind you, I'm a grunt, so that's enough said. Like, if there's gonna be a casualty or something that happened, is a good percentage of the time it's going to be the grunts, because we're the first ones out there. That's I don't want to go too much in it, but that's what I'm saying. So you would want to spend as much time as you can with him, or her, or before they leave. So after about an hour of just hanging out, we waiting on the trucks to get there, the buses, so we all can get on and say bye to our families. I'm standing with her, this is my wife, and we love it, and she's like, I don't want you to leave and stuff like that. I said, but I got to, this is why we enlisted. Got to do this, got to do the job. She's like, you know what? It's cold. I want to leave. Like, what? So I'm like, bro, you might never see me again. Like, you gonna leave? So she yeah, I want to leave. I said, well, I'll see you in 7-8 months when you get back. When I get back. And she's like, yeah, she gives me a hug and a kiss, and I think she's like sad, and she like walked away. I'm like, bro, what? So everybody else is with their family, and I'm just standing there for like another 2 hours, just like, yep. I don't want to interrupt them with their family, so I'm just gonna stand here and twiddle my thumbs, just standing here. I think I don't even know what I did. I don't even remember what I did. Anyway, so we get to Afghanistan, and we're doing our thing over there. And some stuff happens. I call. We had this little satellite phone that we got like once a month. So like 2 of the times I called my mom and my grandma, and she was like, we saw your so-called wife driving your car down this Shotwell Street, and she was flying going 70 and 55. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Then like, your grandma said, because my grandma worked at the Holiday Inn, she said, we saw your car parked at the Holiday Inn or the Jameson Inn for like 3 nights. Now, mind you, like, I'm the only one with the Mustang. Like, no one else knew. And I had like my name on the background. In the back of it. So I can't say, oh, it wasn't no motherfucker. It was my car. So I'm like, oh, maybe she. And mind you, the whole time I've never talked to her. Haven't had a phone call. Nothing like that. No phone call. No. I think we messaged a couple times. I got no letters. No letters. Because the only letter I got was when we was in boot camp, and I got 2 of those letters. So something happened. Stuff happened. One of our friends, like he was my friend, but he met her and before deployment, and we was like all friends together. So when he passed over there, I tried to call her, so to let her know, get some kind of call, so stuff like that, and she didn't pick up, and she was kind of unreachable. So kind of had we deal with that, with my boys, and I didn't talk to her about it because she wasn't responding. Anyway, but before we left, my sergeant was like, Choice, don't you leave that. I'm gonna tell you what he said. Choice, don't leave that bitch to power of attorney now, because she gonna take all your money. Cause I know the kind. I was like, no, Sergeant's cool. He said, get her the special kind that she can only buy what you say she can buy with this power of attorney. I was like, yeah, sure. My dumb ass when he got her like general, I think it's like general power of attorney, that she get everything that I can. She basically can act as if I was standing there as long as she got the fucking sheet of paper. because I was trying to be, good guy. So I left, and I'm like, happy and stuff like that. But anyway, after all that stuff happened, we getting ready to come back home. And I'm like, bro, I know I have a solid 20 G's because I had like this special account set up and this account set up. And then I said, even if Sergeant's right and she did try to take my money, I got this secret account set up that I should have at least 5 G's in there by the time I get back. Even if she took all this, she don't know about that one. She don't know about it. And so I called the bank. And I'm like, all right, cool. I said, I'm just going to check my balance. And I was happy as shit. I was in the little call thing. I said, oh, yes, Mr. Choice. I'm like, yes, ma'am. She was like, your account is negative $400 and some dollars. I'm like, what? I'm like, no. Like, no way. How you negative 400? Like, how you negative? Like, how do you become negative? Like, bro, I'm getting paid a lot. And she was like, no, I'll say it right here. I'm like, okay. Okay, it happened. Everybody said it was gonna happen, and it happened. My money gone. So like, okay. What about my secret account? This account right here. She was like, oh yeah, that's zero balance. I'm like, zero balance? How? Why zero? So I'm like, look, how is it? Like no one knows about it. She doesn't know about it. I said, oh yeah, I can see it right here. Is the ATM. Like as soon as because I had 500 every payday go in there, So I'm like. I said, oh, I see it. As soon as the 500 goes in, and the next day or the same day at an ATM, the 500 gets taken out. And I'm like, bro, what? Like, bro, I'm broke. I come back to nothing. Like, what? So I'm supposed to come back with like 20 G's. I was gonna pay off my little stain, and I was gonna be happy. I was gonna be started. I was dabbling, trying to learn about stuff. And then, bro, I look good. Look at my reflection right now, bro. Look. That boy's solid. All right, okay. But yeah, so I'm like, man, how? So I get in contact with her, and I'm like, what's going on? So now I gotta keep cool. So now I'm at the point where I gotta, figure something out. I might need to get up out of there. And I'm talking to her, and I'm like, let me see. And I'm like, hey, we're on the way home, so you guys gonna be at the homecoming or whatever? I said, yeah, sure, but your car's not running, the car's not working, and nothing like that. I don't understand, so we might not be up there. And it's like, and it needs new tires, and so I might not make it. I'm like, oh, it's okay, I mean, I'm a little hardened now because I'm not the soft little boy. I'm still a little soft. I'm Marine, you know what I'm saying? I think I'm like, got my chest out a little bit. So I'm like, oh, okay. And so, this is when me and my dad was cool. I'm gonna talk to my dad. My dad said, yeah, I went home. I saw your wife. She needs some new tires, so I got new tires for you. So your car's good to go now. But then, thanks, Dad. Appreciate it. And then the next day or whatever, I called her, and then she was like, it needs new tires. I'm just like, she didn't know what Dad had already told me. The motherfucker had new tires and shit. So I get home, or we get home. Everybody's family is there, and I'm just standing there like, yeah. But let me get my bags and go to my barracks room. I go to the barracks room, and everybody's talking. We having a good time, and people with their families, and their families leave, and they're like, one of my good friends named Corbett. I don't mind saying his name. I'm pretty sure he don't mind because he's one of the coolest motherfuckers I know. Y'all gotta give him props. He was like, Choice, we stay in Georgia too. You stay maybe like 2 or 3 hours from me. Tell you what, I'll drive you home when we go home. So he drove me home. Well, he drove me to his spot, and he was like, I'll take you tomorrow. So like, cause now he had his girl. So I said, okay, cool. I'll spend the night here, and then tomorrow he'll take me home. But there's another guy there his name was James Brown. He was cool as fuck. He said, no, man, you haven't seen your family in almost a year. I'll take you tonight. So he drove me within 45 minutes of where I was from. And then her family was able to get there, and they met me like in Albany, Georgia, and they picked me up from there. So I was like, oh, okay. And then she was like crying and stuff. I'm like, yo, what you crying? You didn't even get to the thing. So all right. So we get home, and then I'm still trying to see what's going on. I talk to my family, this and that. They're telling me stuff, and I'm not trying to listen to it about it, but I need some kind of excuse. I'm like, so I was explaining the funds. Like, shoot, why you spent so much? Ain't no way in the world you spent over like 3 G's a month on top of the secret, I was a little private, I was a private first class, so I wasn't getting that much, but I was getting a lot to me, enough to come back 20 G's because I wasn't spending on nothing. I didn't go to when the little PX came. I didn't buy nothing. I purposely was saving money because I wanted to have money because I grew up poor, and then I came back poor. And then what? Let me see what she. I said, why'd you mess with the other account? She said, I thought you was trying to hide it from me, so I had to spend that too. I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what? That makes no sense what you're saying right now. So what happened was, let me see. So I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense. And then I hear some stories from my cousin. The other cousin I'm telling you about now, he's like in the streets. He shouldn't be in the streets, but he was in the streets like heavily. Like he's known, everybody know him. They don't really fuck with him, none of that. And he was like, hey, yo, cuz, I heard so she was riding dude around in your car. I'm not gonna say his name either. She was riding dude around in your car and stuff like that when you was gone, this and that. And then Granny said they saw them at the hotel. This and that. I'm like, oh really? I was like, oh, okay, well that's cool. So then I'm talking. And yeah, okay, cool. Now, I'm just fast forwarding some stuff now because you guys don't really hear that. I don't want to be recording from like 45 minutes telling the story. I gotta keep these motherfuckers short. And then so we hanging out and stuff like that. I think we actually banged it out a couple times because it's been a minute for you, boy. Because I was anyway, we was hanging out one day, and I asked her. I said, hey, I heard that so-and-so was in the car. She was like, no, I didn't give nobody any rides. The only person was in my car was my cousin. No one was in the car. I was like, okay, cool. So are you sure? Because everybody's telling me that homie was in the car. Y'all was driving around a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like, was anybody else in you positive? And she was like, nope, nobody else was in the car besides my cousin. Like, I think my sister a couple times gave him a ride. All right, cool. I said, all right. Where the car at? Since the car don't crank, you don't work and all that. She was like, it's over there. And mind you, she's telling me where it's at, and it's in the fucking hood. And like in the hood. And my uncle, he's well known. Like he's like my cousin. But he's more well known than my cousin. Like he used to run the streets, he's been locked up. You know what I'm saying? So nobody fucks with him. Nobody fucks with him even more than nobody fucks with my cousin. Because nobody fucks with him. And because he's that dude. In a small town, and every little town has those dudes that you just don't mess with. And he was that dude. So me, him, and his dad, we went over there, and the dudes, people over there, they were saying what's up to him, like, hey, what's up, And I'm like, I'm all business. I ain't worried about nothing. So we drive over there where she's at. I'm like, hey, yo, give me the keys to the car real quick. She said, don't worry about it, don't crank. So give me the keys. So she gave me the keys. Then we go over there. We get to the car, and my uncles, they're looking at the car. They looking down there. They said, it looks like you only need some gas. So we went and got the gas real quick and put it in the car. And guess what? Motherfucker cranked right up. And it said, these tires are brand new. So, yup, Dad said he got new tires. I'm like, you know what? The car's mine now, okay? It was mine anyway. You were just driving it. So I didn't let her. She didn't touch the car. The car's mine. It's back in my possession. Now we got to clean this shit up. And then the car, the trunk, like, it's a Mustang now. Like, why are you going to have the Mustang full of clothes? It was like full of clothes. The trunk was full of clothes, and I drove it back home to Mom. And Mom said, "Look at your car." I said, "Yeah, I know, Mom." And like all her clothes was in the fucking trunk. So my mom was like, "We gotta back this stuff up." So she put all her clothes in the bags. And I was like, "Mom, I'm gonna go ahead and clean it. it out." So get the dude who quote unquote wasn't in the car. As I'm cleaning the car, I found his birth certificate. Like, I'm like, so why is his birth certificate in the car if he was not in the car? Like, why was he in the car? So I asked her as I'm cleaning the car, because she wasn't there. So, oh yeah, there was that one time where I took him to the DMV so he can get his license. So like, oh, so the dude that you, like, and like, mind you, I'm like, you didn't even remember, even though I asked you several times, you didn't remember the guy he was in the car. And I'm trying really hard. Like the simp in me, I was a super simp, and the simp in me was struggling to find something to remain a simp to. It was struggling. It was like, bro, just do this, just yeah. And then so it was just that one time, and I forgot about it. So now I'm thinking, like, bro, to get to the DMV from our town, it's an hour drive. How do you forget an hour's drive? Like, no one forgets an hour's drive. So I'm like, oh, okay, well, yeah, I guess that, I guess that's okay. So I kept cleaning the car out, and I found I say a protection. I found a male's protection in the car, and then I was like, oh, what do we have here? And then what do we have here? And then I go in the house. I'm like, hey, yo, you sure? Does anything want to tell me? Like, anything else you tell me? Was it in the car? Happening in the car? Like, dude was in the car. I know you said you forgot, but I see his hat is in the car and his birth certificate's in the car. If anything else you want to tell your boy? Like, yeah. No. I said, oh, I just found something in there. She said, what'd you find? What'd you find, huh? What'd you find? My nickname was Bo. I said, what'd you find, Bo? Huh? What'd you find? I said, nothing. I said, what'd you find? Would you find a condom? I'm like, oh, that's exactly what I found. She said, that belonged to my cousin. I said, oh, your cousin that's pregnant right now? If the bitch was using condom, then she wouldn't be pregnant. So, you sure that's the route you want to go down? She was like, why are you coming at me like that? I don't like you coming at me like that. And then she was, the simp that's left. The simp. the simp. The last of the simp was gone. And I'm like, well, I'll tell you what. Here's what's going to happen now. I'm going to leave and we're going to get a divorce, okay? And she was like, I need to get my stuff out the car. I said, no problem. My mom's already packed it up for you. So I popped the trunk, put all her stuff out, pop, right there in front of their yard. Like in some mobile homes, like, actually a lot of homes, they have like rocks in the front, like a pathway of rocks. But they, so she had like a pathway of rocks right there, what her mom did. Because, she didn't have shit. Probably still don't have shit, from what I've heard, years later. And then I put everything out. And I said, I guess we're done. And then she was like, I want no parts of it. And I was like, she said, I want to keep the car. So you can't keep the car? Why? Because the car ain't paid for. So what you can do about that? You can't have the car. And as I'm getting back in the car, she's like, don't leave. I'm like, bruh. And then she picks up rocks. I'm like, don't you hit my car with no rocks. Don't you hit my car with these rocks. And then she starts tossing the rocks at my car. So I put the pedal to the metal and then the rocks start hitting her like, and then I drove off. It's the last time I saw her. Besides her contacting me here and there, telling me you're the best thing ever happened, and I'm sorry. It's not over the years, But I gave no play to that because after that I started seeing that I was good looking. I could get get some other kind of But yeah, that's what that happened. And that's kind of the end of the story right there. Yeah, so your boy was a super simp, gave her several passes. Like, you shouldn't give nobody a pass who's doing all these things to you, spending all of your money, having other dudes in the car, like having to, hanging out with the whole town is apparently what I was told, spending money on them, my money on them. And her and her old friend, her other friend, which is a whole nother story. Planning out what's going to happen to us, if we, don't come back from over there, and how they going to spend the life insurance money. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff like that. And your boy was a super, super simp. So I'm going to go ahead and get up out of here now because I got to figure out how to do this. I've never done it before. And I don't know. We just put the voice shit on the shit. I guess I got to play a game too. So they had the game plan because I didn't record with my face. So, I can play dodgeball. All right, so I'll play dodgeball and have dodgeball playing in the background. Some shit. What, about 40 minutes? All right, yeah, that's what I do. All right, so that's it, man. That's it. Like, I have like a ton of more stories because I've been cheated on a lot because like I focus. Well, back then I was a simp, but like as I was adult. Because I work like 2 or 3 jobs. I focus on making a business and getting money and building an empire. And then the girls and ladies that I find, they're not with it. They want more time with me. I said, bro, you want more time with me means less money for us, which means you like me buying you shit. You like us traveling and shit. You know what I'm saying? Or do you want a guy like that, or do you want a guy that's gonna be with you like 24/7 and you guys don't have motherfucking money? I know you used to being broke and dealing with the broke dudes. But this dude ain't broke. This dude likes to work and have the cake and paper and investment and stuff like that. And invest in nigga lots of research and time. So you want me to talk to you and stuff like that. I can't be doing that stuff. I gotta be focusing on these investments, which is why your boy made like. That's why boy. I'm let me get up out of here. That's why your boy made 50K this past month. All right, I love you guys. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. You could be doing anything else in the world right now, but you're here listening to me. Like, share, subscribe if you enjoyed it. If you want more stories, yeah. But also, like I tell everybody, you need to go and learn how to invest. Like, invest for yourself. Like, if you have babies, like, if you die, like, what are you gonna leave them? Like, if you die anyway without babies, what are people gonna say about you? Like, bro, what are you doing? Like, how long do you want to work? Like, are you gonna work until you like 70 and then you're gonna like die, or like, are you gonna, you know what I'm saying? You can work really hard, and people are like, I don't have the extra time. Like, bro, cut off your lame friends that want you to go out partying every weekend. Freaking, dang, what's your name? Your name starts with J. You know what I'm saying? And not the J that, not the Warlord J, but the other J that we're talking now, actually. Yeah, cut off those friends, and then cut off those friends, and get a second or third job, and then stack the money, and then that money you get from that second job, pay off your other stuff, you know, pay off all your bills, or like put towards investments. This shit ain't hard. Y'all motherfuckers is just lazy ass millennials, and your Generation Z. Y'all weak. You get easily offended. That's why all y'all broke. That's why a lot of millennials is broke. And your baby boomers, y'all complain too much. All y'all weak. Be more like Choice. Out.